What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and this morning we're going to be talking about the breaking news that released last night in regards to the Black Ops 2 sequel that you've all been waiting for. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, drop a like, and also as a reminder, we got plenty of brand new coverage that just went up over on dkdynamite.com, which expands on all the coverage you're seeing here on the channel, just in the form of articles for the website, and plenty of tweets every single hour, of course, on Detonated's Twitter. Now, I want to thank all you guys out there for the support on my Christmas coverage for the Modern Warfare 3 update that just dropped as of yesterday for MP, Zombies, and even Warzone. Now, I do plan on getting more into a Black Ops mode beginning early next year. There's so many news roundups that I can already make about not just COD 2024, but even COD 2025, which is really crazy to say. But honestly, it feels like Modern Warfare 3 just came out, which kind of did, but I'm enjoying the content that that game is offering. However, I really had to make this video today because there's some crazy news that I really want to discuss, and you could also refer to timestamps down below if you want to skip to very specific topics. But yesterday, when I saw a red door inside of the Christmas event for MW3, right away it brought me back to Verdansk 84 and has me beyond excited for what's rumored to be back-to-back Black Ops games, and that would also mean 3 years in a row of Zombies, which is insane. Now, if you guys are wondering though, does the red door mean anything in the Christmas update, right? Is that an actual Black Ops reference, or is it just a reused asset they ended up using to go ahead and teleport us from Urzikstan into Santa's hideout, or the Black Site? Honestly, I'm leaning more towards this. It's really just a reused asset, but coincidentally, it does work as a quote-unquote teaser for the next Black Ops game, since, yeah, next Black Ops game is actually coming out in 2024, so it kind of works as both, but I don't believe the red door necessarily meant anything lore-wise or canon-wise when teleporting us into Santa's Black Site. Now, I'm wearing a classic Black Ops 4 hat that you probably haven't seen me wear on stream in years if you've been following the channel for a while, but as of yesterday, Insider Gaming is reporting that Call of Duty 2025 is reportedly set to be a direct sequel to Black Ops 2, the Call of Duty from 2012, and the game will be set in the future in about 2030. Now, first off, I will say it's poetic that to release a Black Ops 2 sequel of sorts. I know there's a Black Ops 3, but a proper Black Ops 2 sequel set in 2030, it's poetic to release that in the year 2025 when the original Black Ops 2 actually took place. And the crazy thing, though, is that GTA 6 reportedly comes out that year, unless there's some delays that push that game back. That's going to be a massive year for gaming, but what better way to make sure Call of Duty stays on top or close to the top when a game as big as GTA 6 comes out by releasing, you know, a Black Ops 2 sequel or a quote-unquote Black Ops 2 remastered, which features all MP maps at launch. And we'll get back to MP in a second, but something I saw a lot of other great creators say on Twitter, which I was also feeling, but I'm happy to present here in this video, is that this would solve an issue that MW3 currently has by changing the era. You won't have this weird feeling of, oh, it's the same game 2 years in a row. You'd have the games feel drastically different. I mean, even aesthetically, having a game in 2024 that takes place in the 90s, early 2000s, and then a year later going into, you know, 2030, the games won't feel the same, even if there is a carry forward feature. And I think this is honestly better than doing just a year or two for Black Ops 2024. So really excited to see where they end up going with this. Now, something else that I'm thinking about here is that this is really the Black Ops 3 that we've been waiting for. And if you're like, wait, DK, what does that mean? Do you not like Black Ops 3? Listen, I love Black Ops 3, absolutely adored that game's multiplayer, religiously played that game's Zombies, but there's one, I think, weak link of Black Ops 3 that didn't have to be a weak link, had a lot of potential, especially with the open world aspect of it, and that's the campaign. So I think campaign-wise, it's crazy to think about how we've been waiting well over a decade for any type of follow-up to the Black Ops 2 campaign. Although there were alternate endings and a bunch of choices, there is one canon ending of Black Ops 2. We never got a follow-up on that. And on top of that, even when going with the canon ending, there's plenty of material and plenty of gaps before that canon ending takes place that still could be filled in. So it's like we've been waiting hell of a long time to finally see a proper sequel to Black Ops 2, the real Black Ops 3, so to speak, in terms of campaign. And I have a feeling like Black Ops 3 at one point in time wasn't even called Black Ops 3, and that's why it's kind of just a couple of minor references of the Black Ops timeline towards the very end of BO3's story, if you guys noticed. So there could be a chance we tie into Modern Warfare, absolutely. If we get a game that takes place in 2030, maybe it addresses some of the events that took place in the early to mid 2020s with MW19, MW2, 3, Because right now it's like, all right, we have Black Ops 2 that took place in 2025. There's events in the Modern Warfare series that took place a couple years before that and almost during it. What about right after that? Could we finally see a David Mason 141 crossover? I mean, then again, as you see in the thumbnail here, we could possibly get, and probably will get, some actual David Mason follow-up, which we haven't gotten in how many years now? Now, the thing is, right, Cold War and COD 2024, currently codenamed Black Ops Gulf War, may be setting the stage for more stories to tell in the future and could be building more narrative that helps bridge all the gaps better. There's a lot of gaps within the Black Ops timeline, which I think Treyarch purposely put there, and all the years Mason was missing could also be a game in and of itself, which I think one of the next two Black Ops games may finally end up addressing. Now, to continue with the report from Insider Gaming, apparently, Black Ops 2025 will have a mix of new MP maps and remastered Black Ops 2 maps. Now, COD 2025 was reportedly going to have all BO2 maps remastered on launch, but Activision apparently is going to offer a mix of remastered BO2 maps and completely new maps. Now, you guys out there probably think that's a better route to go, and I could see why. However, I want to play devil's advocate for a second, right? Instead of going the MW3 route of just dropping a full collection of maps day one, then focusing on actual original maps through the first 6 seasons or 5 seasons, this game may do something which I think might end up becoming more controversial down the line, but I could be wrong about this, and I admit that, where you drop a handful of classic BO2 maps at launch mixed in with some original ones, then you have to wait a couple of seasons, if not all the seasons, as they drip feed the rest of the maps in. I don't really want to see that. I personally don't have an issue with launching this specific game without original maps and having the seasons just focus on actual new ones to guarantee solid roadmaps, solid content updates, where you're not seeing remasters on a roadmap, because then you're going to have to probably wait a couple of seasons for the best BO2 maps to get added back in, right? And if you don't do that, then that means you're waiting a couple of seasons for some of the mediocre or mid or average maps to be added back in. I just rather them get them all out the way day one. And there's special occasions for this, right? MW3 launching with all 2009 maps day one made sense perfectly for the 20-year anniversary of COD. I had no issue with it. They've also added in some nice original maps with the first season, but this game coming out in 2025, it's poetic since that's when the original Black Ops 2 took place, so I'm down for them to just drop all those maps day one and then bring out some new maps later in the year, but they probably won't do that. I mean, leave all your thoughts on how they should handle these map drops down below in the comments. Now, Insider Gaming continued by saying that this game will apparently have new movement or updates to the movement, a pick 10 create a class system, and round-based zombies maps. Now, I'll make a separate video relatively soon talking more about the implications for zombies based on this Insider Gaming report, but when they mentioned pick 10, I'm like, wait a second, will COD 2024 or Warzone also have that? Or will this be the first time where we see completely different loadout, gunsmith, and create a class systems across the currently active and premium Call of Duty titles with the free-to-play Battle Royale? A little confused on how that'll work unless they overhaul Warzone with the Black Ops integration. In that case, does that cycle out or vault all the Modern Warfare content? Kind of confused on how that'll work, but we're really far away from the release of any of this, and this is all subject to change anyway. This is all rumored. None of this has been confirmed, but I think something that we've all agreed upon, right? If they do this carry forward system again, where you get these back-to-back games, reset, back-to-back games, reset, let's not have that first game be held back, right? It almost feels like MW2 was held back for whatever reason, but it wasn't. It was just studio decisions to hold features back, and then MW3 kind of fixed everything. What we don't want to see is Black Ops 2024 being held back content or feature or system-wise, so that COD 2025 comes around and fixes all of that. Let's just have one game expand on the other and do more without making it feel like the other game is just lacking features or is missing them on purpose to sell the next game. Let's see what happens here, but in all honesty, couldn't be more excited to see how these back-to-back games work out. I'm really excited to know. Now, you'll see more of this Winter's Howl in plenty of future streams and other videos, of course. This is a badass replica, by the way. And my favorite weapon to use over in Blackout from BO4. Also, one of my favorite Wonder weapons of all time, right? Classified, baby. But the thing is, we're in for an absolute treat. Treyarch doing 3 years minimum of zombies, right? That's a guarantee. I think it's a guarantee they're also working on the campaign for Black Ops 2024, since recent job listings do suggest that. They haven't really done a campaign in how long, right? I mean, did the Black Ops 3 one? That was in 2015. Development for that was, relatively before that. But yeah, no campaign in BO4. They got canceled. They didn't do Cold Wars. That was Raven. So that's exciting to know. I doubt they'll do the campaign for COD 2025. That's where Sledgehammer probably comes in. Multiplayer, I think Sledgehammer also remasters all the maps, but they get a significant boost of development of that since they're kind of just carrying over the 2024 multiplayer and just, adding a fresh coat of paint. Zombies, I think, like I said, Treyarch will do that one, but is that Sledgehammer's new role to just create these carry forward type sequel Call of Duties? I mean, that's probably what's happening right now. I just wonder if they'll ever get their own Call of Duty again. If we're going back to the future for this Black Ops game, is that kind of a test run to see if people out there respond well to a futuristic Call of Duty again? That's what I'm wondering. And then maybe that paves the way for them doing Advanced Warfare 2 at some point in the future. Wouldn't rule that out, but right now it's like, all right, then MW3, which is a carry forward game, Black Ops 2025, another carry forward game. Are they going to do COD 2027, a carry forward game to Infinity Ward's Call of Duty 2026? Really curious to know what's going on here, because we're kind of just on this schedule now of like an Infinity Ward game, then a carry forward sequel, a Treyarch game, a carry forward sequel. That could be the future of Call of Duty, at least for the foreseeable future. But again, Microsoft is just now taking charge of Activision, so anything is, of course, subject to change, and I'm really curious to know what the future of COD may be at this point. But that is about it. This has been DK Dynamite. Leave your thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the breaking news about the proper Black Ops 2 sequel that you've probably been waiting for, which is actually reportedly going to come out in 2025? How poetic is that? How are you feeling about back-to-back Black Ops games and Treyarch taking charge 3 years in a row for zombies and even bringing out a banger campaign that they haven't really done in quite a while? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.